Hi everyone, welcome to AG Triathlon for a race recap episode. Today with me I have Jonas Weller, who placed second at the Ironman European Championships in Hamburg a couple of days ago. Welcome Jonas to the podcast.
Hi guys.
So Jonas, second place at the European Championships at Hamburg. Massive congratulations, first of all. You must be really thrilled. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, it was a good day out. I'm Jonas. I'm just got 27 years old. I was a rower, switched to triathlon like 2 or 3 years ago, and yeah, I'm looking forward to be here today.
Perfect. So talking about the race then, how was the week leading up to the race?
The previous weeks obviously were already a little bit lighter. I think we started maybe 2 weeks before, and then on the Sunday before we did the last actual workout, like a longer break session. Monday, Tuesdays were just swims. I still had to work. I got off work on Thursday and Friday. So then I could really start to recover, think about the race, get all my stuff together. We already registered on Thursday in Hamburg. On Friday, I was just on the couch the whole day, basically. And then Saturday, we went for the test swim and the bike check-in.
Excellent. Was this your first Ironman?
Yes, there was indeed. That's why especially the preparation of all the equipment and stuff was a nervous time. But luckily, just basically the night before the race, I managed to calm down, get the right mindset on again, and then I think I was able to perform on Sunday.
Yeah, you definitely managed to perform, that's for sure. So why don't you walk us through the race? How was the swim?
Yeah, I was actually quite a bad swimmer, coming from rowing, never really learning to swim. So last year, I would have probably be happy if I would have swum like an hour 5 or something. But I invested actually a lot of time in the pool this winter, probably 4 times a week, something between 10 or 16K per week. I actually managed to swim 55 minutes, which I'm very happy about, obviously. For me, it was nice actually that it wasn't that it was a rolling start, sorry, because that meant that enabled me to just get a good rhythm, not be stressed, and kind of warm up a little bit. And I tried to find some feet or anything, but that didn't really work out for me. Then I would always swim in zigzag. So at one point, I just decided, okay, I'm going to do my own pace. And yeah, like I said, I was quite happy with the 55 or just under 55 minutes.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, 55 is a very, very reasonable time. So good job on that. So then you come out into transition. Hamburg is quite famous for having like a 1 kilometer long transition area, right? So how was that for you?
Yeah, I did train obviously before swimming that long. But when I came out and started running, that actually felt quite weird. Coming off the bike and start running, we trained for that, so it didn't feel weird at all. But the run through that probably K of transition, it didn't feel right, and I also felt quite slow. Then during transition, I also wanted to actually get some newspaper in my tree suit and put how do you call it? Just those things for the arms arm warmers. That's right. But the newspaper thing didn't work out at all. I just got annoyed and put it all back in the bag. Plus, actually, it was warmer than expected. So that took a bit of time, but I think I managed to get through transition just under 5 minutes as well. Which for the length of the transition was also all right.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were expecting a cold day, therefore? Was the prediction for it to be cold?
Yeah, I expected a cold day. I mean, also it was quite early. I knew that it would get around 20 degree later on in the day, but in the morning it was only predicted like 12 or 13 degree. So just coming out of the water, which also had very different temperatures given in the days before the race. There was something between 15 and 19 degrees, so it was moving or changing quite a lot. So I didn't know how cold I would have been after the swim, but it wasn't an issue at all. And then the 13 degrees also felt way warmer than I expected. So actually, it was a perfect day, perfect weather, especially for Hamburg.
Yeah, very good. So then onto the bike. First time in an Ironman. What are the thoughts, feelings? What is your approach to the ride?
I mean, I had a pretty set watt, the watt target that I got. So I knew, okay, just hit that, don't go over, don't go under, and basically just execute. It's what I trained for, so I knew that I would be ready for it. Luckily, there was someone coming past me probably already after 10 or 15K. I knew him from previous competitions, and I knew that he would be around a similar bike speed as I have. So actually, I just kind of jumped on his wheel, obviously with the 12-meter distance, and I just you kind of used him also a little bit as a pacemaker. And then in the second loop, I went to the front, and he basically left me in the dust in the last 20 or 30K, because that's when I kind of noticed, okay, my legs get a little heavy. Also, I ended up a little higher in the watts that I was supposed to, so I used the last 20 or 30K to kind of bring it down to my target, and also to recover the legs a little bit, spin them out. Plus, on the way back, you kind of got pushed by a tailwind, so it didn't make that much of a difference anymore if you push 260 or 220 watts.
So what was your target watt therefore?
It was actually 262, but my watt pedals, I think they are off. So I think they always show 10 or 15 watts too much. So I think I did something just below 250, which was perfect.
Yeah, very good. So I see that you did a 4-hour 27 bike, which is very solid. And then into transition, anything eventful happening in T2?
No, actually not. Basically, on the bike, I also got lots of confidence because I realized like how good I still feel and how prepared I am. Obviously, beforehand, you always feel like, oh, you question if you're prepared. But then on the bike, the longer the bike went on, I felt like, okay, this is you are really fit. This is what you train for, and this is how it's meant to be. And I started the run kind of with the same mindset. Plus, from the beginning on, I was ready basically to hurt the last 20K on the run. So that's what I kind of got into. I just started running. I knew that I would really have to calm myself down a little bit, because obviously of the speed of the bike, and then starting the run, you always start running too quickly. And then although I paid attention to it, at least I thought though. I think the first K was still like a 3:39 or something, so way too quick. But it took me like another 2 or 3K to actually find my pace. And then the run happened.
So you mentioned rolling starts at the beginning of the conversation. Are you in the lead at any point of the race, or are you aware of
Yes.
where you're at?
Yeah, so I mean, I actually had no idea how fast I swam. I only got that time after competition. But then on the bike, it's like there was this one turn all the way at the end, probably at like after, what is it, maybe 50 or 60K. We had the turn, and you would see all the people like that were in front of you and that were behind you. And at that point, I think it was only 2 or 3 people ahead of me. Well, actually, no, but at that time it was more. It was maybe 6, but they were all quite close. So after a bit, I knew that I was like in fourth position basically overall. Obviously, I didn't know about the late starters by that time, because to the rolling start, obviously some people started 5 or 10 minutes later. I didn't know about that, but just on the course, I was in fourth by that time, and I was already quite confident then because I kind of expected to be the quickest runner because that's how it has been in past competition. Um, and then during the run, I also got the times. I think I passed the first guy just before ending the second loop, so just half time of the marathon, and by that time I was in the lead. Yeah.
Excellent. So if I'm not mistaken, then you actually went ahead and broke the tape, right? So you actually won on course, but then it so happened that there was another athlete, Sasha Hubert, who actually did a faster time, right?
Yes. It was quite funny because I had a competition. I did a duathlon in Mettmann a couple weeks ago, and he was there as well. He beat me there as well. So we kind of talked there as well. So we knew each other's strengths and weaknesses. I also saw him on the course. We cheered each other on. So it was a great experience with him as well. Plus, I also actually knew that I wasn't 100% sure because some people told me, okay, you're 1 minute 30 up. Other people told me you're 1 minute 30 down. But I kind of thought that he would have passed me because I slowed down quite a lot on the second half just because I had some issues with hydration, I think. And for me, it was also like a decision if I risk winning in my edge category just to win the overall, or if I play it safe, and I kind of chose to play it safe. I could have run quicker just from what my legs were telling me, but then I would have been scared to end up in the ditch like 5K or 2K before the finish, and that obviously would be a pity if you're already leading your age group like 6 minutes or something. It wasn't really worth it risking the Hawaii ticket for it.
Yeah, exactly. So then, speaking about Hawaii, now you have your qualification. So I assume that means that you'll be participating.
Yes, I will. I mean, it's actually quite funny. When I first talked to my coach, we talked about, okay, I'm doing the first Ironman in Hamburg in 1.5 years, and he asked me what my goal was. I was like, I actually have no idea. What do you think? Just from seeing my numbers, he was like, okay, maybe you can finish under 9 hours. I was like, okay, no way that will happen, because I knew from other guys from my triathlon club they went like 9:40 or so, and I thought, okay, those guys are already pretty strong. They're already that's pretty fit. And then as the year progressed, I guess the target just increased and stepped up and stepped up. I mean, first I was sure, okay, I think I can actually finish under 9 hours, and then it was just like, okay, let's do Hamburg to see where I'm at. If it's actually possible in the long run to qualify for Hawaii, but then, especially this year, I did Duathlon Worlds as well. I think in the beginning of May, I did quite well there as well. I got second also in my age category and overall. And from that point on, I was like, okay, I think I can qualify on my first Ironman. So that's what I went for.
Great. And what about the lead up to Kona? What other races are you going to be competing in?
We're still trying to figure that out. I mean, this week was basically just not doing anything with triathlon. um, I didn't train until now, and I talked to my coach just about the general structure that we are gonna do another like kind of weekend or longer weekend training block in the middle of August, then probably race, do a half distance at the end of August, beginning of September, and then do another weekend training block in the middle of September. And before that, I just have a couple competitions with my local tri club. It's really not big competition at all. We are in the lowest league, in Germany. So it's just kind of for fun and supporting the team, doing team relays, sprint triathlons, yeah, stuff like that.
Excellent. Jonas, congratulations once again for your very good Ironman debut. Wishing you all the best for the rest of the season, and hope you will have much success at Kona.
Thank you very much. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.